Cable management. Either it looks amazing or it's terrible.
What's up guys, it's Nick. With my setup changing every 6 months and the constant buying and adding new tech, managing cables and everything associated with it can get very difficult. Thankfully, I found something that works for me, and I've managed to keep my cables tidy and neat even when I add more stuff to my desk. So in today's video, let me show you how you can fix that disaster under your desk for less than $50. First of all, let's get real. If you ever seen my setup evolution, you know that cable management was the least of my worries. But after investing both time and money on my first official setup, I realized how important it is to have everything hidden away and pretty tidy. For an aesthetic look and both workflow and ease of access, having a set space for something means you won't bump into it, tug it, or if you're unlucky, unplug it altogether. This makes working at your desk a better, more comfortable experience, and if the last year has taught us anything, is that working from home and having a good desk setup is the new norm. Sure, you can go wireless for your peripherals, but sadly, that's not the case for anything else. So no, you don't need to spend a lot to have a good cable management, just about $50 and double-sided tape. Probably the most important piece of my cable management setup is the power strip. This is the Anchor Power Strip Surge Protector, and it's around 30 bucks. It has 12 outlets and 3 USB ports, making it pretty versatile if you ever need to connect anything. It comes in black and white to fit your aesthetic needs and can fit pretty much anything with its non-linear outlet pattern. You can choose whether you want something big as this, or if you have less cables to connect, you can go for something smaller. You'll find pretty much anything that fits your need. Maybe you want something to the side that clamps onto your desk like this one, or maybe you want something that covers your whole desk and it's pretty long like this one right here. The point is, you want something to relay all your cables to and something that will protect all your expensive gear. Where you place it is also quite important. I chose to place mine more towards the center of the desk so I can connect anything I want from anywhere throughout the desk. This strip in particular can be hung on screws, but I chose not to draw my desk and ruin it, which is where the double-sided tape shows its usefulness. Before I had my eyes open and showed how resistant it is, I was using Velcro tape. And I can't tell you how many times that thing fell. Then like magic, a couple strips of double-sided tape, and it hasn't budged in around 6 months or so. And to be honest, I don't think it will. The next step is to hide the cables that go directly to your power strip. If you're using a monitor mount with arms, make sure you can hide the cables throughout it. Mine has its own cable shroud, which I use to run both the power adapters and display ports. And it all converges beneath the desk, which is where cable concealers come in to change everything. What you choose is up to you. You can go with a cable rack, however, I find that to be quite bulky. There are also cable sleeves, but to me, that's just making a bigger problem. What I found worked for me was channel raceways. You can find all types of raceways. The most common one is the J-channel raceway you find on Amazon. I just went to the hardware store and bought a really long raceway that has double-sided tape attached to it. Cutting it to whatever size you need and placing your cables throughout it is incredibly easy. You just need to find the way to have the cables from your PC, your monitors, and your outlets on the same page, or you can use multiple raceways. But here comes the issue. Unless you have a cable box, you won't be able to hide everything. All those adapters from either monitors or something like my camera's dummy battery are too big to hide. The easiest fix for this is hiding it behind the power strip and using double-sided tape to mount it on top of the desk so it won't be lying on the floor. And here's a huge one. Zip ties are our best friend. Some cables are long and bulky, and you need to find a way to shorten them so they don't just sag onto the floor. Just zip tie them. Or you could leave them hanging. It's your choice. There's also a matter of your peripherals. You can always go wireless, but I choose to remain wired with my keyboard and mouse. Hiding these cables isn't difficult, but there's a choice to be made. Either you drill a hole through your desk, or you can choose to live with it. I chose to live with it, but I do try to hide it beneath my case or along the desk however I can. It just is what it is, to be honest. Also, quick disclaimer, I hate those mouse bungees. I don't claim to have the best cable management, but I have spent some time and effort on trying to keep them tidy and neat and just out of the way. There are a few things that I could do better. Like I said, my desk is always changing, so who knows how it's gonna look in 6 months. But for now, I do think I have a decent workspace and you can see cables from most angles. Take the time, fix your cables, and yes, I'm talking to you. I hope this video helps you on making your setup a bit better. Remember that a like and a sub goes a long way. I hope I'll see you next time, and bye.